What's up, everybody? Tonight we're going to be making a stuffed meatloaf, and we're going to stuff that with some Swiss chard, prosciutto, and provolone. But before we get to our filling, we're going to make our meatloaf mix. So, cheers, and let's cook. For our meatloaf mix, we're going to use 1 pound of ground pork with 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm going to do 1 yellow onion, small dice. Got 3 cloves of garlic, minced. Half a cup of parsley, chopped. Got 1 cup of pecorino romano, grated. 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs. And 3 eggs. Doing 1 egg per pound of meat to make a nice binder. Then we're just going to season that with some salt and pepper. Remembering that pecorino romano's got a good bit of salt in it. Now, just going to give that all a nice mix. So we got our meatloaf mix all made up. But before we move on, I'm going to make a little patty and go over the stove and fry it off in a pan. Because right now we can adjust our salt and pepper. Now if we make a loaf right now and throw it in the oven, kinda you got what you got. So let's check our seasoning and go from there. Our test patty was delicious, but needs a little more salt. We'll go ahead, add a little more salt. Give that another mix, and then we're going to start on our filling. For our filling, all we're going to do is saute some Swiss chard. And go in with a little extra virgin olive oil. Let that heat up for just a second. We're going in with 2 cloves of minced garlic. Just let that garlic cook until it softens up a bit. Our garlic is just starting to brown, so we're going to go in with our Swiss chard. I'm going to season that with some salt and pepper. Just cook that down. Cooked down. Our Swiss chard's nice and soft. The stems have a nice little bite to them, so I'm going to kill that heat now. Just let that cool down. It's going to be time to put our meatloaf together. Now to build our meatloaf, I'm going to line my prep table with some saran wrap or plastic wrap. Ooh. Oh, plastic troubles. It's not worth it. Start over. Now we're going to plop our meat right in the middle. And it's time to start building. We're going to start by squishing this down to a nice rectangle shape. Got that pretty even at say about a 1/2 inch all the way across. So we will start layering our prosciutto. While we're doing our layering, you'll notice we're going to leave about a 1-inch gap between the edges and the filling for when we go to seal it all up. Prosciutto's down, so next up is our provolone. Last but not least, our Swiss chard. Now before I add the Swiss chard, I am going to give it a nice squeeze, get any excess water out of there. And I'm just going to spread that around. It's time to roll it up. To roll it up, I'm going to use the help of this plastic wrap. Bring that over. So all those sides meet. Get this into a nice loaf. There you go. Now I'm going to set this in the fridge for about a half hour to an hour. Let this get nice and cold, help it keep its form. Now while our meatloaf is chilling in the fridge and our oven is coming up to temp, I got that preheating to 425 degrees. Why not prep some potatoes that we can roast with our meatloaf? I got some red potatoes here. Just going to quarter those guys. Oh. Unless they all get away. We're gonna make some rosemary potatoes. Real simple. Got about 2.5 pounds here. I got a little yellow onion. I'd usually use half of a yellow onion, but this one's so little. Cute little onion. We're gonna julienne this guy and use the whole thing. Get that skin off of there. Do a little julienne. A little slicey. Right in the bowl. And we'll do this whole guy. He's so small. I got about 2 sprigs of rosemary. I'll pull all those leaves off. Whew, that onion was small, but it's strong. It's got me sniffing a little bit. We're just gonna give the rosemary a little rough chop. Okay, now into our bowl with that. Next, a little extra virgin olive oil to coat, salt, and pepper. And we're just going to toss this up and set it to the side until we're ready to go into the oven. Oven's up to temp, and our loaf has had a nice chill in the fridge. So we're just going to take that off. Put a piece of parchment paper down. Unwrap this guy. Flip it onto our sheet tray. Get that saran wrap off of there. Now we're just going to go around that with the potatoes. It's going to be nice. All that fat from the pork and the beef are going to come out and flavor those potatoes too. It's going to be real nice. Okay, we're ready to go in the oven. Now before I go into the oven with this beauty, I'm going to take my oven thermometer and set it for 160. Set the probe right in the center. So we'll have a nice little alarm go off when we hit 160. We just hit temp. So now I'm going to let it rest for about 15 minutes before we slice it up and plate it up and see what we got. Alright, it's just rested. Let's cut it up and see what we got. Then we'll get it onto a platter. Oh yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Slice up a little bit more and get her on the platter. There you go. You got a beautiful stuffed meatloaf here with some rosemary roasted potatoes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.